In Stoic Men Tribe today, we're diving into an important lesson, a moment of clarity, strength, and ancient wisdom. Let's break it down. 6 ways to overcoming laziness. Laziness is not weakness. It's not a flaw in your wiring. It's a signal, a detour, a quiet rebellion of your soul against a life you haven't fully claimed. It doesn't mean you lack power. It means you've drifted from purpose. You've forgotten the gravity of what you're meant to do and the cost of not doing it. Because every day you stay still, every hour you put it off, isn't just a pause, it's a theft. Time is stolen. Opportunities dissolve. Your edge grows dull, and the throne meant for your future self is claimed by comfort, the softest killer of dreams. But if these words reach you, it means your spirit isn't done. It means the battle hasn't been lost. It means there's still fire in the ashes. Before we continue, if this resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. You are not lazy. You are out of alignment, and it's time to return. Not with hacks, not with gimmicks, but with eternal principles. Time-tested, soul-hardened, forged in the furnace of discipline. These are 6 ways to return to the path. Not just to move, but to move with meaning. 1. Choose discipline, not emotion. Motivation is unreliable. It's the wind. Sometimes it fills your sails. Sometimes it leaves you stranded. Discipline is the rudder. It moves you even when the waters are still. The ancient Stoics didn't wait for motivation. They trained for days they didn't feel like showing up, because to them virtue wasn't optional. Purpose wasn't a suggestion, it was law. Marcus Aurelius woke before the world, not because it felt good, but because he belonged to duty, because he knew the sun does not ask for permission to rise. And you can't afford to wait until you feel ready. You can't keep handing your destiny over to your mood. Discipline means showing up when it's hard. Discipline means acting even when you don't want to. Discipline means putting purpose above pleasure. The question isn't, do I feel like it? The question is, who am I when it's uncomfortable? Because the person who only works when it's easy will be defeated by the one who works regardless. 2. Start small, but start now. The mind fears the mountain, so show it the first step. Laziness often hides behind perfectionism. I'll start when I'm ready. I'll go all in once everything is in place. But that moment never comes. The perfect plan is an illusion, and waiting for it only feeds the habit of hesitation. So forget the grand gestures. Forget the flawless routine. Write 1 page. Read 1 paragraph. Do 5 minutes of the thing you've avoided for weeks. That one act, small, almost laughable, breaks the spell. It creates movement, and movement fuels momentum. The Stoics understood this deeply. The smallest effort, repeated faithfully, outlasts the greatest effort done once. So lower the bar until it's impossible to fail. And then show up, not to impress anyone, not to conquer the world, but to remind yourself, I still keep my word. 3. Create clarity of purpose. Laziness feeds on fog. If you don't know why you must move, every reason not to move will seem valid. Purpose is the blade that cuts through resistance. It is the compass in the chaos. It is the burning reason that silences the mind's excuses. So ask yourself, what is the consequence of staying the same? What is the cost of delay? Whose life suffers if I shrink back into comfort? Go deeper. What is aching to be built through me? What version of myself have I postponed for too long? And then write. Not to inspire, but to remember. Write your reasons. Speak them aloud. Etch them into your mirror, your walls, your morning breath. Let your why be so vivid that even when you're exhausted, even when you feel nothing, you still move. Because people who are clear on purpose don't beg for energy. They are pulled forward by something higher. When your why becomes sacred, Laziness becomes a lie that no longer tempts you. Goals, when unclear, often result in efforts that are just as vague. They are like seeds tossed carelessly into the wind, scattered without purpose or direction. But when you find your purpose, when your fire burns with intent, there's no need for reminders. A man driven by passion, by clarity, needs no alarm clock to awaken him. His own soul stirs him to action, every moment a call to rise, to move forward. Embrace discomfort as a form of training. The Stoics, the sages of endurance and wisdom, did not shy away from discomfort. They welcomed it not as an adversary to be defeated, but as a training ground for the spirit. They understood that growth is not forged in ease, but in resistance. They walked barefoot across the sharpness of cold stones, feeling each step, each sensation as a test of their strength. They slept not on soft beds, but on the hard ground, grounded in the knowledge that their comfort must not be their master. They bound their souls to hardship, so that when comfort appeared, they were not its servant, but its master. In the face of discomfort, do not lament or shrink back. Recognize that you are not fatigued from the journey. You are simply untrained for the terrain that life demands. You are not drained of energy. You are unprepared to summon the reserves within you. The fatigue you feel is not a sign of weakness, but a sign that your will, your resilience, needs to be forged in the fire of difficulty. When you resist the allure of the warm, soft bed, you are not denying yourself rest. You are saying yes to becoming unshakable. Every time you choose to step into discomfort, you are choosing to build a version of yourself that cannot be undone by the world's pressures. Discomfort is not the foe you should fear. It is the gymnasium for your soul. In this space, you sculpt the character that will carry you through the trials ahead. With every repetition of discomfort, you hone your endurance, your patience, your strength. These moments are the training ground where you become the person capable of enduring whatever life throws at you. Master your environment. Understand this. You are not weak, but you are surrounded. Surrounded by influences that seek to rob you of your will, your energy, and your focus. Everywhere you turn, there are traps set to pull you off your path. Dopamine-driven distractions that flash and beckon. Screens glowing with a siren call. Endless scrolling that steals your time and your strength, one swipe at a time. These are the silent thieves of your power. Seneca, one of the great minds of Stoic thought, once said, "Associate with people who make you better." This wisdom should extend far beyond just the people you choose to spend time with. It should influence every aspect of your environment. You must curate the spaces around you as carefully as you curate the people in your life. Consider your phone, that device that has become an appendage for so many, and ask yourself, does it serve you or distract you? Is it a tool for growth or a trap for your attention? Your desk, your room, your daily rituals, are they designed to propel you toward greatness? Or are they subtly designed to make you comfortable in mediocrity? The apps that steal your focus, the endless notifications that break your concentration, do they bring you closer to your goals, or do they dilute your strength, hour by hour, swipe by swipe? In the battle for your attention, you must be the architect of your surroundings. Make laziness unwelcome in your space. Put the things that challenge you in places where they can't be ignored, where you trip over them, where they demand your engagement. Place the journal by your bed, so that the first thing you reach for in the morning is not a screen, but a tool for self-reflection and growth. Remove the distractions that do not serve your higher purpose. Delete the apps that devour your time like insatiable predators, leaving you weaker in their wake. The environment you live in shapes the person you become. If you want to rise, if you want to reach the heights of your potential, you must design your environment to support that ascent. Surround yourself with the tools, the people, and the discipline that reinforce your commitment to greatness. Let every element of your world, both internal and external, be aligned with the fire that burns within you. In the end, it is not the lack of time or energy that holds you back, but the failure to master the things that surround you. It is not enough to desire greatness. You must train for it every day, in every choice, in every moment. The discomfort, the challenges, the environment, these are not obstacles but opportunities to become unbreakable. Your environment must not be built for your cravings, your urges, or your fleeting moods. It must be forged with your future in mind, purposefully, intentionally, and ruthlessly. The space around you should not be a sanctuary for your impulses, but a temple for your growth. Too many people wonder why they can't stay disciplined while living in environments designed for distraction. Too many decorate their spaces with comfort and then wonder why they never evolve. You must break that pattern. The environment you choose is a reflection of the life you are committed to building or avoiding. If your surroundings cater to your laziness, you will grow weaker by design. But if your surroundings challenge you to rise, to move, to sharpen your will daily, then your environment becomes your silent coach, pushing you toward the life you swore you wanted. You must understand this. Discipline does not thrive in chaos. Integrity does not survive in comfort zones. Your space must provoke focus. It must support the habits that align with who you're becoming. When your environment is crafted with intention, procrastination loses its grip. When your room, your desk, your tools, and your routines are aligned with your vision, momentum becomes inevitable. Become who you said you would be. There's a sacred weight to your own words. Every promise you make to yourself is a thread in the fabric of your identity. And laziness isn't just a moment of low energy. It is an active betrayal of those promises. It is a silent unraveling of your integrity. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you are not simply postponing a task. You are loosening the bond between your actions and your character. You are teaching yourself that your words carry no real consequence, that your intentions are negotiable, that your dreams can wait for the convenience of your mood. But that is not who you set out to be. You didn't come this far, endure this much, and survive this long just to become someone who backs down in the face of difficulty. You didn't fight through your old self just to become a version of you who hesitates every time the path gets steep. You made a vow, maybe silently, maybe only in the quiet corners of your mind, but you made it. You said you would rise. You said you would focus. You said you would build discipline not when it was easy, but especially when it was hard. You didn't promise to be perfect. You didn't promise to never fall. But you did promise to get back up, to remain relentless, to become unshakable. So when the storm comes, and it will come, don't let that be the moment you forget. Let it be the moment you remember. The moment you dig deeper than motivation, deeper than convenience, and touch the core of who you said you would become. Hardship is not the signal to stop. It is the threshold you must cross. It is the gateway to your transformation. When it gets hard, that's not the end of the road. That's the moment the real road begins. That is the test of your word, the friction of growth, the pressure under which the strongest version of you is being forged. There is no magic moment where discipline becomes easy. There is only repetition. There is only showing up. There is only honoring your future self more than you indulge your present comfort. Each time you do that, you shift, you rise, you become. So revisit that vision. Remember who you said you would be. The one who doesn't flinch at difficulty. The one who stays focused when others drift. The one whose discipline is louder than excuses. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be robotic. But you must be relentless. You must be faithful to your own word, even when no one is watching. Because that's where real character is built. In the quiet hours, in the unseen reps, in the moments no one will ever applaud. And if you hold that line, if you stay true to the version of yourself that you committed to, you won't just reach your goals. You'll become the kind of person who no longer breaks promises to themselves. And that, more than any outcome, is the real victory. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.